The 100th monkey. This was actually an experiment many years ago. As you can see, people have ran with it, 100th monkey effect and consciousness. Let's go over what it actually was. So, the 100th monkey effect is the spontaneous transfer of knowledge throughout a species once a certain number of individuals has learned a new idea or action. It bypasses physical barriers, a mind-to-mind jump, a leap into consciousness. The idea came from Dr. Watson, who wrote about the studies of Japanese monkeys in his book Lifetide, 1979. Later, it was used as a parable in Ken Keyes Jr.'s book 100th Monkey. Japanese scientists observed the macaca fuscata over a period of 30 years. In 1952, a young monkey called Imo, who solved the problem of dirty raw potatoes by washing them in a nearby stream. This new trick was passed along to her mother and playmates, and then their mothers, and so on until most of the troop has learned to do the same. Members of troops on other islands also exhibited the same behavior. Now, some people say that it's myth, some people say it's fact, some people say that it did happen, just not in the numbers that they say it did. But the experiment was done with 99 monkeys, and none of them could figure out how to wash the potatoes. All the potatoes were covered with sand. Then this one monkey went down to the stream, washed her potatoes in the water. She showed, or her mother monkey observed her doing it and started to do it. Then other little monkeys around Imo started to do it, and as long as their mothers watched them do it, they would do it as well. Okay, so naturally that spread to the entire group of 100 monkeys. But what they found out a short time later were that monkeys on other islands that had had no contact with these monkeys in the experiment also started to do the same thing. Good morning, Patriots. JT here, Serenity Farms Prepping. So how does that 100th monkey experiment connect with humans? Well, there are some people who believe that many, if not all, the things that have happened throughout time, or especially currently, are a 100th monkey experiment. So it's like the tipping point when just one more person having an awareness could close a loop or complete a blueprint for technology or anything. After that, everyone can tap into the collective consciousness to download that data. It might not be the 100th monkey or person that takes to shift the balance into a new reality and paradigm. It might be 300 million or 3 billion. The point is that we need more people at the leading edge and be at the front of forethought and change, especially right now. If enough people get out of this fear-based paradigm that we are currently in, that's being perpetrated onto us to keep us down, what if we just started questioning all the beliefs that have been instilled, aka indoctrinated into us since birth, and stop sleepwalking through life, being herd animals, and all of us could reach a potential that we've always been capable of, but it's been, quote unquote, hidden from us. Okay, one of the purposes of humanity being in a 100-monkey experiment, believe it or not, people are afraid of failure and success. They want us to be afraid of both failure and success simultaneously, because if they have us living in that fear that everything we try, we could fail, or believe it or not, a fear of everything we succeed at should be feared, then we never try it. We're content at some point to stay right in the middle, never moving up, never moving down. A class system, if you will. So, I think most people believe that they understand what the fear of failure means. It means that you try something, anything, and you don't succeed, and there may be ridicule from others who've done it easily, done it hard, but done it. And you can't, so they may pick on you, or you think they're going to pick on you. That's the fear. They want you to believe that people will ridicule you and pick on you because you failed. Now, the fear of success goes directly with the fear of failure. If you notice in life, the fear of failure seems to be instilled in us first. Because then, as you attempt to succeed, the fear of failure kicks in. So, let's say we have someone who's poor. They live in a poor family, in a poor neighborhood, in a poor city. Everything about their life is poor. They're not dumb. They're very smart. They see a way out of their situation by thinking. They know that they can get ahead and get out of the situation they're in. But they don't. Why don't they? Because the fear of failure is telling them if they get out of their current poor situation and they get ahead, what if they have a setback, get knocked back down where they were, and have to climb out again? Everyone else who's poor will tell them, see, we told you you couldn't succeed and you tried it anyway. Or the opposite. They do succeed, and after they've achieved success, they're afraid that all the people that they were close to when they were poor are going to disapprove of them now because they're not poor anymore. They're not one of them. There are people who have actually achieved a certain level of success and gave it up because all of their friends, family, relatives are still poor, and now they're living in a different place, and they don't see those people. When they do, the people don't want anything to do with them. And even though they've achieved a certain level of success, they don't believe they fit in with the other people who are as successful or more than them. They're still stuck in the middle with a fear to go both ways. This is where they have us with everything, and it's all intentional. Oh, on a side note of this 100th monkey thing, I don't know about you guys, but I've had several instances where I'll read something or see something and think, get an idea, wow, I could do this or that, and then that's how this would work for me, and I could angle it this, and then a week or two later, all of a sudden, across the planet, across the state, you see someone else comes up with the same idea. And you're like, that was mine. I just thought of that. That's somewhat what they're talking about with the monkeys that were on two islands that didn't have any contact with each other, but ended up having the same thought. Because they were both monkeys, did the 100 monkeys that had already thought of it subconsciously transmit those positive thoughts, a better way to do something, to all the other monkeys that were just like them? That's what happens to us with fear and loathing and racist, bigot, home of all those things that we're told we are. Stop it. All right, that's just my Sunday morning epitaph. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. But for now, 100th monkey, sign it up.